A month ago, I built a baseball stadium in Bloxburg, and the most liked comment on that video is telling me to build an airport. So today, I'm gonna be building an airport. Let's get right into it. And to kick things off, my internet is down. All right, so to start things off here, I kind of want to have like a curved like driveway here for you to pick up your passengers, because typically when you go to a specific area, if you're visiting somebody might be there to pick you up, or there's just gonna be like taxis and stuff. So we're gonna make this be that road. Just kind of something like that I think works. So I'm planning on making these be like doors, and then this will just be some sort of like wood texture or something. And then if we use the flat roof, we can kind of get a sidewalk in here. Oh, and the internet's out again. You gotta be kidding me. All right, there we go. I changed up the color palette here and I framed out this grass section, and I really like that. I can now add the doors into our airport here. So I honestly was thinking of just using the commercial sliding doors. I never use these, but why not, right? Then I was thinking of doing some sort of brown for like these like pillars here. I figured that would kind of go well. And then for this wall here, if my boy Faulty's watching, I'm gonna be using his favorite texture. There we go. And I think that is a really good color palette, I'm not gonna lie. And then I was thinking on top of here, just kind of having some cool like glass design, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna have this wall kind of overhang, and then maybe we'll just go back like 4 blocks. Pretty simple design. And then what I'm gonna do with this is just make some really thin windows. Windows about as thin as that really, and just place a bunch of them. This is gonna take a bit. This is also gonna be really expensive. Actually, I should probably paint these right now before I place all of them. That would be smart. I'm gonna use like a light stone gray. If I thought the stadium was mind-numbing, placing all of these windows surely is, because I still have about, I don't know, halfway to go. It looks good though, but man, is it worth it? Why am I doing this? Okay, only 1% plot data and $100,000. Oh gosh. The good news is though, that looks pretty cool. I actually like the way that turned out, so I'll take it. So for now, I'm gonna add the floor over our overhang here, and then I'm gonna add in some sort of like LED lights as well. Personally, I really like the glow that those lights give off. Like, I actually think that turned out really well. Now I'm gonna add in some cool design here in the front. I'm not sure how to describe it, but these type of pillars. So let's try and get these done here. All right, so some sort of design like that. It might look a little tacky right now. Yes, that turned out exactly how I wanted it as well. Holy cow, that's nice. So yeah, you just pull up and you just pick up whoever is at the airport, and boom. So we also need to figure out the layout for the rest of our airport here. So the main thing that I was wanting to have was somewhere here in the center. I actually wanted to have an underground tunnel that goes underneath the runway and over to another terminal over here, because I thought that would be pretty cool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rework this top section here, because I feel like that's just a little bit better and easier, of course. So now let's also map out that tunnel. I want it to be 4 blocks wide, so 2 escalators on the side and big stairs in the middle, either 4 or 6. I'm thinking if I just place it like right here, that works honestly. And then the tunnel just goes all the way. And then just for reference, I'm going to get the entrance into the tunnel now. And then I just put this railing here along the sides, and boom. That's the stairway I kind of want to have. I feel like that's pretty common in airports to have that kind of like design there. All right, and so yeah, the counter space will be like right here actually. So I'm going to kind of make this work. It's a pretty tricky design, but I'll find a way. So partially what I was thinking of doing actually is using these modern counters here. And this would be where you would scale it down and put your luggage at, so that way it would get weighed. Because it has to be under 50 pounds, otherwise they get angry at you. Just something like that, it works. And so then this screen here is gonna tell us what the weight of everything on it is. Oh, I'm broke. But now I'm gonna get some sort of overhang in here. And then typically they kind of have this like rope, like this. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. This is what they'll do for their aisles. It's so annoying in real life, but it happens everywhere. This entire section is probably the most annoying part of airports, along with the security check, because my goodness, dude, the amount of times I got stopped at a security check because of having candy in my bag, it was bad as a kid, bro. I used to go to the airport with my mom all the time, and we used to be held up for like a long time because I'd always have like Skittles or Starburst that they'd have to check, and it was, oh my goodness, it was always so annoying. But I think that does work out pretty well, and I definitely like that design there, so that's pretty clean. This is your employees only. And then once you're done in this section here, you can just go through the door frame. And then in order to get past this section, of course, you have to go through security. We'll just put like metal detectors in those trays over here. Those tray compartment things are so annoying. So if you don't know what this machine I'm making here is, basically you put your like phones and stuff in this. There's gonna be like baskets right here, right? And then they go through this conveyor belt and they get scanned. This also is typically a pretty easy process. It's just kind of annoying that you have to sit here and wait in line, but so we'll make it blink green and then also red. And now for you, if you don't subscribe, it'll blink red. So I would consider subscribing. So yeah, I mean, that's okay for security area. It works. Now over here, I want to have, this is where you're going to be picking up your luggage at, either there or right here. Which one's better, guys? How about both of these areas? So now if you don't know what these are, you've probably never been to an airport. But secondly, these are where you would obviously go and pick up your luggage after you get off your flight. So I sort of have a layout done for this area, but now I have to do the painful process of connecting all of these. So wish me luck. That's one corner piece done. Now I just have to place these everywhere else. And then now we have to do these parts. So I don't get why I already placed these because I still have to connect them. So that was not my smartest move. My bad. All right, well, I actually really like that. Maybe I could repaint this to the light stone gray that we've been using just to kind of keep that color flowing. Okay, that's kind of simple. Just some simple LEDs. Yeah, this design is not horrible at all. So we have the elevators to get upstairs, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that works, I guess. Next up, we definitely need to do our runways before we can do anything else, because I'm not going to be able to know where my gates are if I don't have any runways. But we'll make a runway be like right here in the center. I think that's a really good runway color. Like, actually, I think that's a great color. And then I'm also going to have this type of line along the runway here. Maybe we'll only just have one, really, because I'm kind of thinking of it now, right? Because you have your area for the planes to all park over here to get into the gates, and then they actually connect to this runway somehow. And then if I want to have another terminal over here, I can only really fit one runway. So, sucks to suck, I guess. Okay, there we go. That's an interesting runway design, to say the least. But maybe I can add in some extra details onto it later. Now we definitely need the area where the planes are going to park. And then over here, I'm going to have it connect, and it's going to be like a yellow concrete. Kind of like I do have in front, actually, with the sidewalk. Okay, so something like that works, really. And then here's how we're going to connect it. We're just going to connect it right over here. Okay, so here's how it's going to connect. There's just that kind of circle design. And then I'm just going to add grass here in the middle. And so now we at least have our areas for people to board at, which can be like here or so. We'll have a gating section here. And we'll spread these out pretty far apart. I'm thinking like 8 blocks apart each. And now it's time to make our gates, which, oh my goodness, I'm not looking forward to this one. This is going to be one of the toughest custom designs I've ever done. So we're kind of getting something going here. If you're really confused about this, I sort of am too. But basically, this is going to like support our gate. It's going to be clonable, so that's a big factor in it. So if I just transform over, we can kind of get a visual as to how far apart we need this to be, and then we're going to slightly angle it upwards. And I forgot it's Lawnmower Wednesday outside. Oh my god, this is so loud. So that kind of gets the exact design that I want. I'm going to test out what the other one looks like, the other texture, but for now that looks really good. Okay guys, so I also forgot to get rid of these walls in the middle. Silly me, but that looks super cool from the outside at least. Yes, I love the way that looks. And so yeah, that's like the door thing, basically to get onto the actual plane, which is pretty cool. Now I need to get a ceiling. Although I do have to say that the lawnmowers are probably the most annoying thing ever, per usual. All right, there we go. So that's one gate done, and then I can just do that everywhere pretty much. Oh, one slight problem. We have to make these gates a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And then for these ones, I just have to resize the cubes pretty much. Okay, so now that I redid that gate, I can place all of these everywhere I want. Or you know what? I'll just leave them like this, because why not? I'm gonna move this gate over because I feel like this is a tight gap for a plane to fit in. So now it's time for me to paint the back here. I'm kind of keeping that same color palette. We're just gonna put the wood here, and I think that actually gives this place a really good accent. Awesome! Airports typically have pretty crazy roofs, so I was thinking of having some cool custom designs. Starting off with like a massive curved roof on this centerpiece that's also kind of elevated. So it'll be flat until just like right here, and then it like curves, which I think would be pretty sick. If it was like a curved skylight. I don't care how high it curves up to, but I need to make sure it's clonable. Because remember, our elevator ends right there. So we'll make this 0.5 in width, and then I'm curious as to what design I should do. Good news, guys, the lawnmower has stopped. Never mind, it just started up again. I literally just jinxed it. Some sort of design like this here, we're kind of working with it. Keep in mind the keyword here is kind of. There we go. And we'll see how that looks from the inside, but that should look pretty cool, I imagine. And side by side, they definitely look really cool. Okay, but it's 5,000 a piece. Oh my goodness, there goes all my money. But this has to look so cool. If I delete this floor, what does it look like? Okay, yo. You know what, this curve thing doesn't look the greatest, but it's gonna patch it up, which is all I really need. Just so that way this roof at least has like a border, or like an end at some point, which is fine. But from the side, okay, that looks pretty sick. Alrighty guys, so I discovered that whenever you walk inside the airport, it actually has a really good view above of the ceiling, so I kind of want to keep that in here if I can. So I want to have my upstairs walkway planned out though. And of course, in order to do that, I probably need to get some flooring up here now. By laying out my floor like this, I can obviously keep this cool skylight area while also having enough room upstairs for the entire like upper deck. And then I'm thinking for the flooring of doing some cool carpet design, because obviously airports, you know, they all have that like carpet, and I'm thinking of something like just like a dark carpet, just like this. Like, it's really sleek. I really love it. I'm saying sleek a lot, but there's just something about this carpet in airports that I love. And then now, of course, we can actually get our windows in here and be able to determine where each gate is going to be. I'm gonna keep these like thin windows going along the sides here because I just love the design of them. All right, so now I have my windows here along with on the other side. And I gotta say, that definitely gives this area a much nicer touch. Now it is time for these windows on the back. And of course, I think the most simple solution here is actually just using the regular monitored windows and kind of just rolling with them. I mean, airports are 90% glass anyways, who really cares? And there we go. I think those windows work out pretty well. Obviously, then there's each designated area for each gate. And I think that turned out good. And so then the next step, we probably need to get, seating and stuff. I am pretty curious to see what this place looks like at night, though. This could look so sick. Although we definitely need to get some lights down here. And then I'm thinking in this room over here, we probably just add in some like hanging TVs. Because typically, you'll have some sort of stuff like that. But yeah, while you're getting your carry-on luggage weighed, you can watch some hanging TV. Nice. And then, yeah, let's get our benches along this wall. Just something like that. Add some benches on out here. Definitely need some of those. Nice. Nice. So now up here at each gate, you always have a bunch of chairs. I mean, it is always just a ridiculous amount of chairs outside of each gate. Sometimes though, it might be like different variety of seating. So we're gonna try and spice things up a little bit and not make it look too repetitive. Like maybe we'll have some of these sofas here for people to kind of just chillax on. And then we can add in some like tables for people who have like laptops, because I know a lot of people bring laptops while they're traveling. And then we just use chairs like these and just have them set up alongside these desks. There we go. You know what? That's actually pretty sick. I like this area. Like over here is more like purposeful desk seating. So there you can have like 2 desks, and then you just have like a bunch of wicker armchairs right next to each other here. Yeah, it's just something like that. Like it just spices up the place a lot, I think. And then over here can be what you'd see at every airport, which is probably something like the mid-century chairs here. And they're always right back to back. Yeah, just stuff like that definitely adds a lot to this build. And I kind of actually want to change up the flooring a little bit, which I get might be a bad call for right now, but it'll work out, guys, trust me. There we go. I like that transition a lot more. I like white flooring there. Definitely a big fan of that. So first off, we probably need some bathrooms, so those can go right in the middle here. And if you're wondering, well, why in the middle? Well, because the rest of it is surrounded by glass. So something like that works. And then we just decorate each bathroom accordingly. Each bathroom probably should have a sink, that'd be smart. All right, I think both of those bathroom designs are pretty good. I'm gonna repaint these plants. So on this side, this is gonna be like our club section, pretty much. Obviously, you have to be like a club member or company member. Like one company or something like that will rent out this section here, and this is what they'll have. So obviously they have bathrooms, then they can get like a full like bar section over here. So that would typically come with like a commercial display fridge, and then you just add a counter right next to it, and you put a cooktop on top of that, in case people just want to make something. Then we can add tables in. That's a must. Yes, we must have some tables. And yeah, you can just sit at these tables here. Then we can add in the nice seating. And then I want to add in some of these lights in here. Yes, this light. I want to add. And on this back wall here, we can add in some more desks with just some nice wall decor. Nice. I want to keep using the wicker chair designs because I think those are pretty cool. All right, so there's those seating there. We can even add in like leftover like briefcases and stuff. All right, I do feel like it's only fair that we actually have an actual restaurant place. We are officially hiring chefs at my airport. There you go. You know what? That's pretty fine. I mean, it's an airport after all. And I still cannot get over the ceiling, bro. The ceiling is crazy. Now it's time to get the layout of the second terminal. And then on this side, we can obviously fit in a lot more bathrooms, restaurants, stuff like that. All right, there's our airport layout. It's pretty much symmetrical. And there we go. We got our gates on that side as well. That's pretty good. So I was thinking of just using this chain link fence because that's literally the exact fence that I'm looking for. So I mean, why wouldn't I use that, right? But yeah, I mean, just by using that helps out so much. I definitely think it's time we add in some windows over here so we can at least get an idea of the design we want. All right, so that's pretty good. And of course, I can add in my gate doors now. What should our skylight be over here, guys? Because I want to have a really cool design for this one. I want to kind of do what I did over there, but just a little bit different. This is 12,000 a piece. Oh, jeez, dude. This alone is taking up like $500,000. Oh my goodness, guys, I placed it on a half block on accident. You've got to be kidding me, dude. So since I did that, I have to transform all of these half a block further. Oh my goodness, bro. That's kind of clean. Yo, yes, dude. Absolutely love that look. Now, one thing we definitely should work on is the tunnels connecting these two. Well, I guess before I do that, I should probably get my speed walks. I'm not sure what to call them. I love them whenever I'm at airports, and for some reason, I don't know what to call them right now. but they are definitely my favorite thing when I go to airports. You'll just have to see them whenever I make them. Alright, so to kick off this underground tunnel here, we're going to use the vertical border lights and we're going to resize them. I believe a height like that works perfectly actually, and then if we just keep placing them along the tunnel, it kind of will give that feel that we want. And so we can repaint these different colors obviously. So if we wanted to be like kind of like a rainbow type tunnel here where it's just like, you know, rainbow LEDs all the way down, we can definitely nail that. And my internet's gone again. So what is it, like 7 colors in the rainbow or something? I actually don't remember. Yeah, so something like that. Okay. I gotta admit guys, this tunnel looks absolutely insane. So now we have to do the same thing but on the ceiling, which I know, that sounds like quite the task. It sure is, but we'll figure it out. I gotta admit though, this is a lot tougher than doing what I just did. Alright, there we go. Now that wall is done as well. Oh my goodness, our tunnel is finally complete. How cool is this though, guys? Like actually, you just walk along and you just get all of this. That's pretty sick. Now I can work on this terminal. So I know for sure we're gonna want some of this carpet from over there into this side of the airport, which already takes care of a bit of business because this is obviously where all of our seats are gonna go. And then we add in this walkway over here, just a spot like this or something for now. And then yeah, this little center part is left open, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I could honestly probably cut this off just because I think it would look better that way. And then make this wall something pretty cool. How about I just make it like a cool, like moss wall? Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. There we go. We got some sort of like moss wall now. It's something. I don't know why I have it, but I do. I probably should cover up this area behind the escalator. I think that'd be smart. Just so that way that moss doesn't keep going throughout the rest of the build. We only want it to be obviously constrained to this area, and so that's perfectly fine by me. Just cover that up. Okay, there we go. That's good. That filled in the escalator, covered up our moss issue. So nice. There we go. Honestly, I don't think we need to make it use all of this space here. So let's just have the bathrooms kind of just go like this and go as far back as we want it to be. Probably about like right here. Just have a bunch of stalls and a bunch of sinks. These are the guest and check bathrooms, of course. So you just walk in and hope that it's your gender. Hopefully you're not walking into the women's restroom. I don't think it really matters, honestly. I think you're just gonna walk into which one and they're gonna have the same stuff in them, so it's okay. You'll be safe. Although I definitely need to get some cash. Alrighty guys, we are back with some more cash. Just a slight intermission there. Now we can get more chairs in here. And then next up, I think we're just gonna run with our chair designs from over here, where I used the black chairs. These are definitely the most realistic airport chairs, I think. Something like that for right there. Maybe in the middle here we can use these sofas. Or what are they? The armchairs? Yeah, we can use these armchairs. I think you should be able to walk right next to these desks, so we should be all good. Hopefully nobody gets too upset with that. The electricity bills on this plot are going to be insane. That's all I can say, guys. There we go. We also have some hanging TVs, and that all stays underneath our skylight, which is good. This skylight really adds a lot to this build. How about we just add a bunch of tables, and then we find a way to get like a restaurant here in the corner. So this is one of those like counters that's like round, so you can kind of visit from a lot of different angles here. Just don't ask how you get inside of here. You know what? Sure. Have fun running a restaurant right in here. We need some lights. Okay, so I added in some ceiling lights, and then now I can honestly paint this. Something nice here. That's pretty good. Then I have a massive food court in here. And of course add more TVs. I mean, it works, you know? It works. We got a dining area and all that stuff. And man, the views are pretty cool. Now what do we put on this side? Okay, there we go. We got like a sort of island design there. Then we can put something over here too. We can add like a lot more lounge type stuff. Like I was thinking of just doing the sectional stuff. So sometimes you actually do see this in airports. So you'll have to put that there. And you'll add a corner onto it. There we go. That's better. And then we just put the geometric end table in the center there and boom. Now let's paint this. Wait, now I kind of want to go to this airport. Dang. Yeah, that looks so cozy. Oh my goodness, it's lawnmower Thursday. Now let's get our bathrooms done, because we definitely need some proper bathrooms in this build. I figured the most appropriate thing to do was just place toilet, 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 toilet. Wait, hold on. Toilet, toilet, toilet. And then we do wall, wall. All right, now that we got that, we definitely need some toilet paper. Nice, we got toilet paper now, and then let's just add our sinks. And I'm not going too crazy on these bathrooms, because if you've actually been to airport bathrooms, they're not really the nicest. But I think that is a pretty good design. If you're going to this bathroom, you are pretty spoiled at the airport, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, I mean, that's pretty good for our bathrooms. I like it. And if you're not thankful for having this many clean stalls in a airport, I don't know what to tell you. And then I'm thinking of actually adding in some windows down below here as well. Now we can add our restaurants down here. Yeah, so 3 restaurants and then like a gift shop. I think that actually is a good idea. There we go. Okay, then you know what? We're adding sliding doors just to get into the gift shop. What am I doing? So now inside the gift shop here, we can probably have our counter space like over here. I think that makes sense. And basically, in plenty of airports such as like JFK, they'll have like an entire mall in them pretty much. In JFK, I believe they have their own like Lego store, which if you know anything about Lego stores, are actually pretty tough to find. Okay, so I mean, if I have them lined up like that, I think that's really good. Let's just make these different colors. Maybe these can be like different jackets, because when you're traveling, actually, this is true. When you're traveling, like let's say I'm traveling from Detroit and I'm going to Texas, right? So I could be traveling in the middle of winter and it could be like -2 in Detroit, but then I go to Texas and suddenly it's like 70. Like, you know, like I need new clothes whenever I'm traveling. So this definitely actually could come in handy for those of you being like, why is he making a clothing store? It actually comes in handy, trust me. Sometimes you just aren't dressed appropriately for wherever you're going. And I think that works out really well. And then here behind the counter, we can have like books that you can ask for as you're checking out. Yeah, I mean, just painting them like that really works out. We can add it in the cash register now. If it helps out, we can add in the daily newspaper. Where's the newspaper at? Wait, and adding in magazines also definitely helps out a bit. So then in each of these, let's get a pretty simple design. So for the ones that are giving food, which I think I'm gonna do food in these two, I'll just have food in this one. Okay, so food, we'll just have this, and stove. Then where's the menus at? Microwave, there we go. And then we add in the sink. Nice. I can add in some counters over here, obviously if they need to like cut stuff up. And this also can be where your cash register is. Very crammed for the person working here, but that's okay. Then next up, I want to have like an ice cream shop because I figured that'd be pretty cool, right? So if we go to our Bloxburg category, we can have, you know, 2 cotton candy machines. I love how I said ice cream shop and place cotton candy. You can have a slush machine. Wait, mini fridges exist? Yeah, I did not know that. Yo, that thing looks sick. I need to get some of those, man. Oh my goodness, that looks really good. There we go. This shop has everything you need. Okay, this one deserves the fancy register, which I think is, yeah, 140. And then over here, I'm thinking of just having like a casual coffee shop. And then we can use the other cash register that I have, the final one. Man, that's all of my cash registers, bro. I'm broke on cash registers now, man. Maybe we add a sink right here. And then I just readjust the other stuff because we need to wash our hands. I don't know. At coffee shops, you can also typically get like cookies and stuff. So maybe, just maybe a toaster makes sense. I don't know where cookies created a toaster, but yeah. But actually, I'm pretty happy with each of those there. These shops actually are not that bad at all. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Now we need to work on touching up the runway. So runways are very notorious for having these like landscape uplights here along the side of them as you're landing in, so that way you can obviously see at night. There's always, and I mean always, construction going on at airports, bro. Like, I swear, every time I go to an airport, something is happening construction-wise. Never really understood why, but there's always something. Yes, I'm a big fan of that. Although now that we've added our runway details, I think I actually should landscape the front now. And then we landscape the sides, and then we're done. Can't believe that, but we've done this pretty quick. I was on a huge time crunch with this build because I have to get this out to you guys on time, and I have to edit it still, but man, I'm really proud of myself. This build's taken up a lot of time, but I'm gonna kind of give it like a more tropical landscape since we're kind of going to palm trees. But the main cool part of these builds is obviously the skylights. I gotta say, these skylights are sick. Currently 2 o'clock on Thursday, for those of you guys wondering. And I typically do take quite a bit to edit my videos. I want this video to be highly edited, so I'm probably gonna spend the rest of today and all of Friday editing before my work shift at least, and then I have to upload the video. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it performs well. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm really sorry that it's not my best build ever, you know. I feel like I've been raising the bar recently, and to kind of come out with this isn't my proudest accomplishment, but I really did try my best. Let's do organic trees, not too tall of organic trees, because obviously you don't want tall trees on the outside of your airport, because what if a plane hits them, you know? You obviously don't want to cause any problems with that. Okay, there we go. There's one side. Now let's do the other. Honestly, the landscape save in this build, I'm very lucky for it. Good news is we're about halfway there. I'm really just spamming these compact bushes. They look really good. They kind of add a lot of texture to our build, but I definitely need to add in more variety, so we'll try and get more of these other bushes in here too. Alright, there we go. There's that siding done as well. I feel like landscaping in here, because I just feel like that's reasonable. I feel like just by adding in all these bushes, it's definitely made it more clear, like, hey, you know, don't drive here, planes. And there we go, guys. And now I can finally say my entire airport is complete. Remember guys, you can get early access to all of my builds by following me on my social media and joining my Discord server. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.